Imagine owning more than half of the world's mobile phone market, only to lose it all in less than a decade. For years, Nokia wasn't just the biggest phone company on Earth. It was the phone company. Millions of people owned a Nokia. Its devices were everywhere. Then, in 2007, Apple introduced a product that changed everything. Within just a few years, Nokia went from dominating the industry to selling its phone business. This is the story of one of the fastest collapses in technology history. Before smartphones became part of everyday life, one company dominated the mobile phone industry like no other: Nokia. Founded in Finland, Nokia began as a paper mill in the 1800s before evolving into one of the world's largest technology companies. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Nokia wasn't simply leading the mobile phone market. It owned it. Its phones were known for their incredible battery life, legendary durability, and simple, reliable design. Millions of people trusted Nokia. In many countries, owning a mobile phone meant owning a Nokia. From the outside, the company looked unstoppable. But while Nokia celebrated its success, the future of mobile technology was about to change forever. Nokia didn't become the world's largest phone company by accident. Its success was built on products people genuinely trusted. Its phones were known for incredible battery life. Some could last for days on a single charge. They were built to survive almost anything. People joked that a Nokia could survive being dropped, run over by a car, or even used as a hammer. The joke became part of the brand. Nokia phones were also simple. They were easy to use, reliable, and affordable. For millions of people, their very first mobile phone was a Nokia. By 2007, Nokia controlled nearly half of the global smartphone market and sold hundreds of millions of phones every year. From the outside, there was no reason to believe its dominance would ever end. But that same year, everything changed. On January 9, 2007, Apple held its annual Macworld conference in San Francisco. Most people expected another update to the iPod. Instead, Steve Jobs walked onto the stage and introduced something the world had never seen before: the iPhone. It wasn't just another mobile phone. It combined a phone, an iPod, and an internet communicator into a single device with a full touchscreen. There was no physical keyboard, no tiny navigation buttons, just a large display that completely changed how people interacted with their phones. Many competitors weren't impressed. Some believed the iPhone was too expensive. Others argued that business users would never give up physical keyboards. Nokia was confident it understood what customers wanted. After all, it was still the world's largest phone manufacturer. But what Nokia failed to recognize was that Apple wasn't simply introducing a new phone, it was changing what people expected a phone to be. At first, Nokia didn't see the iPhone as an immediate threat. The company believed its experience, market share, and loyal customer base would keep it on top. After all, Nokia had spent years building phones people loved. Its executives believed consumers still wanted long battery life, physical keyboards, and durable devices. The iPhone seemed expensive. Its battery couldn't be removed. It didn't even support many of the features Nokia customers had come to expect. From Nokia's perspective, the safer strategy was to continue improving the phones that had already made the company successful. But the market was changing. Customers were no longer choosing phones based only on battery life or durability. They wanted something more: a phone that could browse the web, run apps, play music, and feel like a pocket-sized computer. Apple understood that shift almost immediately. Nokia didn't. And while Nokia continued refining yesterday's products, Apple was building tomorrow's. As the iPhone gained popularity, another competitor entered the market: Android. Unlike Apple, Google didn't build its own phones. Instead, it gave manufacturers like Samsung, HTC, and Motorola a powerful smartphone operating system they could use for free. Suddenly, the smartphone market was changing faster than anyone expected. Apple was redefining the premium experience. Android was giving dozens of manufacturers the tools to compete. Nokia found itself caught in the middle. The company struggled to modernize its software while competitors released faster, smarter, and more capable smartphones every year. Customers began switching. Developers focused on Apple's App Store and Android. The gap grew larger with every new product launch. For the first time in years, Nokia was no longer setting the pace of the industry. It was trying to catch up. By the early 2000s, Nokia's dominance had all but disappeared. Apple continued pushing the smartphone industry forward. Android devices were everywhere, and Nokia was losing customers at an alarming rate. In 2011, Nokia made a bold decision. Instead of adopting Android, the company partnered with Microsoft and chose Windows Phone as the future of its smartphones. The decision was meant to revive Nokia. Instead, it pushed the company even further behind. Developers continued building apps for iPhone and Android. Consumers followed. Windows Phone never gained enough momentum to compete. In 2013, Nokia announced it was selling its mobile phone business to Microsoft for more than $7 billion. It marked the end of an era. The company that had once defined the mobile phone industry was no longer leading it. It had become another reminder that even the biggest companies can lose their place when the market changes faster than they do. The story of Nokia isn't simply about a company that lost the smartphone race. It's about what happens when success makes change harder to embrace. For years, Nokia did almost everything right. It built reliable products. It earned the trust of millions of customers. And it became one of the most valuable technology companies in the world. But the qualities that made Nokia successful also made it slower to recognize what customers wanted next. While Apple reimagined the smartphone, and Android transformed the entire industry, Nokia continued improving a world that was already disappearing. History has a way of repeating itself. The companies that survive aren't always the biggest, they aren't always the richest, and they aren't always the first. The companies that survive are the ones willing to challenge their own success before someone else does. Because in business, the greatest threat is rarely the competitor you already know. It's the change you fail to see coming. After all, hindsight is 20/20.